What's good, good people? Welcome back again to another presentation of our hour of shenanigans. On today's presentation, we will discuss the Michelle Obama interview that she recently conducted with former NBA star Dwayne Wade's child, and your comments and your thoughts on the interview. As always, I am your man, Yosef X, and I welcome you again to our hour of shenanigans. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. You're doing quite well on this another beautiful but yet another cold Saturday afternoon. It is 34 degrees here in Brooklyn, and the wind chill is 19 degrees, so it is cold outside. We are multi-streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So, y'all come on in and let us chop it up. Let us sit down and reason together. Let's see. Who do we have with us today? Brother Barron. What's going on, brother? Thank you for joining us again. I'm doing pretty good, man. Got a lot of things to look forward to. Hope things are well with you as well.
Sorry, I don't
My apologies. The lovely Marla, good evening to you too, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us again. So y'all come on in, unwind, relax, and let us chop it up and let us sit down and reason together. Yeah. Let me pull this up right quick. I want to talk about this Michelle Obama and Zaya Wade interview. Because Dwayne Wade's child once again is making news. So y'all come on in. Let us chop it up. Let us sit down and let us reason together. Let us sit down and reason together. I hope you're doing quite well, and I'm hoping that everything is going well with you personally and professionally on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Thank you so very much for making of your Saturday afternoon. Let me fix this right quick. Come on. You know what? Never mind. I'll leave that alone. All right. I'll leave that alone. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Not too long ago, I believe it was either Thursday or Friday, when former First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama, conducted an interview with former NBA champion Dwayne Wade's transgender child, Zaya Wade. Let's see who else has just joined us. Peace and blessings be upon you too, sister. Thank you for joining the Chronoscope. That's Sister Wilson. And see, the interview that was conducted by Michelle Obama has drawn praise and also constructive criticism, and that's putting it mildly. But it has drawn a quite amount of criticism in recent hours. And this is not the very first time that we have heard or Dwayne Wade's child, who identifies as being transgendered, has made the news. The article that I have pulled up here is from a a site called allaboutLabs.com, and I would like to take the time to really delve into this article and about this whole entire interview and give you give you my thoughts on it, and I want to hear from you and what you think about it. It says, Zaya Wade was thrust into the spotlight last year when she came out as transgendered. As a child with famous parents, naturally, people branded her the face for trans teens. Parents Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union did an incredible job supporting and uplifting their daughter during such a critical time. And Zaya did not shy away from her platform, taking every opportunity to represent herself and trans teens everywhere. And this is according to the article that I pulled up. So these are not the words of Joseph X. These are not my words. I am just repeating or reading off an article from this site. Her inspiring story caught the attention of forever First Lady, Lord have mercy, forever First Lady Michelle Obama, calling Michelle her idol. Zaya geeked out over their conversation, visibly excited and starstruck. I'm meeting an idol. I'm literally meeting an idol, she said in a clip of their conversation on Instagram. I've been preparing for this moment for so long. Zaya quickly shifted the focus to Michelle's book, Becoming, and what advice she has for teens reading it. What advice do you have for teens who want to be themselves and thrive like you and have currently are? Asked Zaya. Obama then responded, well, like you have and currently are. Michelle Obama, 57, made sure to let 13-year-old Zaya know that she was just as excited to meet her. I am just so proud of you, just being an amazing role model and embracing your truth, she told the teen. Michelle was quick to commend Zaya for walking in her truth and being herself despite what the world may think. She also thanked her for doing the interview since she had to take a break from school to do so. Michelle Obama then gave some amazing advice about allowing yourself to grow. It does take time to know what yourself is for young people. So my first piece of advice is to be patient with yourself. And she went on, and like I said, many people have mixed reactions about this. Some of them say it was a great interview. Others are saying that it's not so great. But me, you know how I am. You know how unapologetic I am. And I'm going to tell you the truth as to how I feel about what I call this hour of shenanigans. Listen to me. I understand first and foremost, wholeheartedly, right, that people are going to be exactly who they are going to be. I get it. I understand that. And I also understand that people are not going to always agree with my views. I get that. That's common sense. But what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, and for those that follows American politics and are students of it, what we have here is a liberal winged agenda. And see, this agenda to me, from the lens of Joseph X, it is an agenda to continue the progressive method of destroying the family nucleus. And see, if my memory serves me correctly, right, this country was supposed to be founded on the basis of this book, the Bible. It was supposed to be established based on the principles of this book. So now, if this country was supposed to be established based on the principles of this book, why is it now that we find people going against this book more and more and more? That's the first question. And then the second question that I want to raise is, why is it that people continues to go up against science? Why is it that people continues to go up against science? Because to me, science and spirituality, or spirituality and science, are the Siamese twins of one another, right? Now, this is just me. This is my thought. This is my thinking. See? And notice now what the article said. The article said walking in, or it was quoting Michelle Obama when she said walking in your truth. Not the truth, not reality, but walking in your truth. And see, the reality of the matter is, as I said before at the outset of this dialogue, this commentary, I said that this is not the first time that Dwayne Wade's child, right, made news. This is not the first time that this child, a minor, mind you, a minor, a child, has made news. No. Because, as a matter of fact, it was the rapper Lil Boosie who brought up a very important point, which I agree and I concur with. Here's the thing. To paraphrase Lil Boosie, he said, listen, that is still a child. And because that is still a child, he has not matured enough to make decisions of this magnitude. Because whenever one is going to make a decision like that, it is forever life altering and life changing. His psychological apparatus has not fully developed yet. He still is a child. What if during the middle of his wanting to be a little girl, what if all of a sudden he changes his mind and he sees a beautiful young woman and he becomes attracted to this young woman? How in the world will he be able to have sexual intercourse with this young lady if his penis has been surgically removed because he made the choice of becoming transgender? I'm paraphrasing Lil Boosie. He didn't say it like that, but he did say it along those lines. And then people criticized Lil Boosie for his observations. Bottom line, idiots criticized him for telling the truth. And so here we are in an era where you have all of these liberals who make up rules as they go along. And they truly are saying that tradition bites. See? Let's see who else has just joined us. Brother Mike, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us. Do appreciate it, man. And so whenever you find people that is speaking with logic, and they are using deductive reasoning, and they are also using their powers of their knowledge of the scriptures and science, then they are looked upon as the antagonist instead of being the protagonist. And this is the situation that we find ourselves in. Sister Ishay, what's going on with you? Thanks for joining us today. Let me read some of your observations right quick before we move on. Smaller says they are serving a different master. You got that right. Absolutely. I agree. Brother Barron says idle because they both share being born males. And now Obama is honoring body and mind of corruption of a way little. Thank you. Brother Mike says people keep leaving out that D-Wade's son is a child. Yeah. I just said that not too long ago, just a few seconds ago. Sister Shay, what's good? What's good? Thanks for joining us. That's what people fail to understand. They fail to recognize and remember that he is a minor. He is a child. Now, some idiots are going to say, but what does that have to do? What does his personal life have to do with you? Fool. It's bigger than just with me. It's bigger than just an individual. And for anybody that condones this, you a damn fool. You a damn fool because you go up against the teachings of what this book says, number one. Number two, you also go up against science. You go up against spirituality and science. And the reality is we are living in an era now where people will get mad at you because they don't hear their stupidity coming from your mouth too. See? That's what's going on. Let's call a spade a spade. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, talks like a duck, all that, it's a damn duck. See? And the reality of the matter is you cannot afford to continue to allow yourself to be going up against spirituality and science. See? I will say again, if you are a liberal, you a damn fool. I have no respect for you at all. I despise people who don't think with logic and deductive reasoning. I do. Because anybody that does not use deductive reasoning and logic and wants to go up against spirituality and science, guess what? You a damn fool. And you are proving to everybody else who does not think like you just how subhuman you really are. And I will reiterate once again, doggone it, that's a child. Given the fact that that's a child, a minor, who has not stopped developing yet. And that's not really a little girl, that's a boy. He was born, and see, you see how oxymoronic all this is? These fools, these liberals, they're force feeding us to accept this lifestyle. Listen, I'm of the opinion that people are going to be people and you can do what you want to do. But the time is coming that you are going to call yourself going to dictate to the wrong person. And see, we don't have any leaders anymore. We don't have government officials. We don't have government leaders. What we have here, you have dictators. You have dictators. We don't have leaders anymore. We have dictators. How in the world do you expect for somebody to accept somebody that they are forcing themselves to be and couldn't even accept them for the way they were born or how they were born? Let me read some of your observations. Sister Ishay says, it's the genderless gray aliens who's stuck here, who's pushing the wicked mess to get rid of the natural man and woman. It's an agenda. I thank you. It's an agenda. Says his parents should be prosecuted to the fullest circumstances of the law. You're right, they should, but guess what? That's not about to happen. That's not about to happen at all. Just Ishay says, yes, that's child abuse. I agree. Mind y'all, once again, to all you idiots who is overlooking the fact he is a minor. He's a child. And for any of you idiots that supports this, you're supporting the destruction of nature. See? You're supporting the destruction of nature. You're supporting the destruction of the family nucleus, the natural man and the natural woman, as Sister Ishay just stated. Listen, I say again, I know that people are going to be people and people are going to do whatever they want to do. I understand that. Just don't be a dictator and call yourself, you're going to be forcing me to accept a lifestyle that goes up against my beliefs, my convictions, my logic, and my intelligence. Don't do that. If you want to do that, then that's your business. But don't force me to believe in the same gender dysphoria as you do to go along, to get along. I'm not with that. I'm not. I'm not with it. And the problem with this country right now is that stupid ass people want other people, right, to be just as stupid and delusional as they are. Let me ask you Democrats a question. Are you jackasses having any buyer's remorse yet? Are you? Are you having buyer's remorse yet? Oh, I've been hearing a little bit as to what's been going on with some of your agendas, and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris haven't done a damn thing yet. Are you having buyer's remorse yet? Because it's Democrats that's pushing this kind of nonsense. Are you having buyer's remorse yet? Matter of fact, good thing I'm drinking some detox tea. Maybe some of you liberal tars will detox your behinds away from me. Let me drink this tea. This detox tea. See? Let's see, Brother Barron says a sad situation. It is sad. It is sad. It's what makes it so sad is because, as Sister Ishay just said, he's still a boy. He's underage. He has not fully grown and fully developed yet. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't understand the nature of his decisions. Brother Barron says, I remember when I was a teenager, my male cousin wanted to get his ear pierced. His mother said, not on her watch. Hey, thank you. Exactly. And remember, y'all, what I said earlier, right? Remember I said this country, right? This country, right? This country, I feel like preaching. This country was supposedly now built on the principles, the teachings of the Holy Scriptures of the Bible, right? That's what I was told. And because now this country was supposed to be established on Bible teachings, Bible principles, right? Don't y'all recognize, for those of you that are students of the Bible and the Quran, don't y'all realize that that's not what they're doing anymore? Don't y'all see that's not what they're doing now? What are they doing? What are they doing? They're pushing the agenda. They're moving the agenda forward. On the Instagram side, my homeboy, Brother Marcus, what's going on to you? What's going on with your big brother? Salute to you as well. Peace and blessings be upon you. Sister Ishay says Dwayne Wade is definitely gay. He can no longer hide his lifestyle. Not at all. Not at all. See? And so since this country was supposed to be built on the teachings of this book, the Bible, right? Explain to me why all of a sudden they are going against the very teachings that they themselves say they believe in listening to. I'll wait. I just want to know what is it? What is it? Sister Marla said, preached. All I need now is an organ player, because I plan to push this even further. Brother Barron says, pushing corruption in our family. Yes, sir. Definitely. Let's see. Sister Shay says, you hear about Sage's daughter has transitioned into a man. Listen, I have been hearing so much of this until, you know something, Sister Shay, I can't even keep up with it no more. That's Brother Barron, y'all. That's not his wife, Naughty. That's Brother Barron that's saying because they are making up their own understanding. That's right. They're making up the rules as they go along. And because they're making up the rules as they go along, that's the reason why they're able to go along with the nonsense. Yeah. Let's see. Sister Shay asked, did you hear about Sage's daughter transitioning to a man? I did hear about it. I don't remember exactly when it was that that I heard about it, but I did hear about that some time ago. I know it's Sage the singer. I know. Like I said, I heard about it, but I don't remember exactly when it was. But I did hear about it. I sure did. I remember. I sure do. I remember hearing about it. Now, for those of you that believe in these shenanigans, these swamp donkey shenanigans, let me edutain y'all. Let me edutain y'all, educate and entertain y'all at the same time. Because since some people want to act like a congregation of swamp donkeys and believe the lies, I might as well keep this hat off. And since they want to go along with this whole gender dysphoria, right? Let me edutain y'all for just a moment. Let me edutain y'all for a moment. For those of you that are students of the scriptures, we're going to have us a little Bible study for just a moment. In the book of Leviticus, the 18th chapter and the 22nd verse. Let me put my light on. So I can get a better. All right, here we go. Leviticus, the 18th chapter and the 22nd verse, it says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. Why? Because it is abomination. I'll read it again. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. Okay. Now, that's the Old Testament. Let's see. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. The first 5 books of the scriptures. Genesis, Leviticus, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. First 5 books of the Bible, those are called the books of the law, or the Pentateuch. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. First 5 books of the Bible, books of the law, the Pentateuch. And I read Leviticus chapter 18 and the 22nd verse. Now we're going to go over the book of Romans. According to the first chapter. And I'm going to begin reading at the 24th verse. And it says, and I'm going to get to your comments in just a moment. It says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up unto uncleanness through the lust of their own eyes, their lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped the Creator, and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, God gave them, or the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemingly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Now, with all of that said, right? Now, mind you, this is supposed to be a country. This is supposed to be a country that was based on Bible principles. Now, back in the day, when I was a boy, and even before I was even conceived, before 1973, homosexuality was deemed as a mental illness. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, it's true. Before 1973, as a matter of fact, during the decade of the 1950s, homosexuality and and lesbianism was deemed as a mental illness. And it wasn't until 1973 when they started legalizing all of these things. Let's see. Let me get to some of your comments here. Brother Barron says, Mrs. Obama opened up a California library, and got men dressed up as drag queens, reading to the little children. God, and as a matter of fact, my lady and I, we were having a conversation about this just recently, not too long ago. Matter of fact, it was hours ago, maybe 24 hours ago, we had a conversation about this. And I heard the same thing. It's absolutely appalling. It's absolutely disgusting. Sister Ishay says, the wicked tell the masses to stay away from the Old Testament due to those sacred laws. I wouldn't doubt it, but I ain't staying away from the Old Testament or the New. Not me. Because from the passages of scripture that I have read, they coincide. They connect with one another. And because they connect like Siamese twins, how in the world are you going to get away from that? How? How are you going to get away from the truth? How in the world are you going to get away from the fact and the reality that they are going up against the Most High, which is spirituality and salvation, and yet they're going up against the very same principles that supposedly they built this country on? You see the hypocrisy of this country? That's why America right now, as a country, is not respected, it's not admired, it's laughed at. Because America has become the laughing stock of this country, of the world. Not just the country, but the world. See, this is the kind of nonsense I'm talking about. But see, let me throw this out here too. I keep reiterating that this country was supposed to be built on the principles of the Bible, right? But see, here's the problem where a lot of people have made the mistake. I've made the same mistake, but I'm going to point it out. I'm going to point it out to you. The problem has been that when you have a country that was established or conceived and has been evil from its inception, what in the hand fact do you expect? Remember who built this country. It was melanated men and melanated women who came from Africa, raped of their national habitat, their country, their land, right? And they were forced into involuntary servitude. So how can you expect for a country like this to have morals and principles when it was not even conceived in righteousness and in truth? It was conceived in wickedness and unrighteousness. How can you? How can you or I or anybody else expect for a country to live up to moral guidelines and principles when it was not even built on it sincerely? How can you? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? How? And see, the fact is, what this country is operating on and has always been operating on has been by the guidelines and the principles of the Greco-Roman society. And when you have that kind of situation at hand, ladies and gentlemen, this is the very end results. Let me read some of the observations right quick, and we'll get back to it. Let's see, Sister Ishay, what she agrees. She says the truth will always prevail. Absolutely. Absolutely. She continues, whenever homosexuality dominates a country, it always takes a major fall. Just look at Rome. Thank you. Exactly. Ms. Marla says, if a gay man is with the one he loves, death is his penalty. How can this be considered moral? It's not. It's not moral. It's not logical. It's not intelligent at all. It's perverse. It goes up against the teachings of the scriptures. It goes up against science and all of this. And see, here's the thing. From my studies, right, of the Bible and the Quran, let me put your observation up here. Both of these books condemns this perverted kind of lifestyle. Okay? And because both of these books, from what I've studied, because I've studied the Bible and I've studied the book of scriptures for the Muslims, the Quran. Both of these books, the Bible and Quran, condemns this lifestyle. See? Let me put it back up. This intolerance is not just from the Bible, but also resides within the pages of holy books such as the Quran. Like I said, from the pages of both the Bible and the Quran, from what I've read, both of these books are against this lifestyle. They do not condone it, they condemn it. See? And see, let me tell you something else that too many people are guilty of doing. People are guilty of cherry picking what they want to read and what they want to study. Because if you think about it, everything that we were taught as kids, especially back in the day, right? Let me pick this up. Both of these books condemns the lifestyle from what, and I'm going off of empirical knowledge. These books, Bible and Quran, they condemn it. See? But the problem is when you have people that cherry picks from these books, they cherry pick scriptures from these books. They ignore the challenges. They ignore the truth. And when they ignore the truth, listen good, when they ignore the truth, we're not looked upon as protagonists, we're looked upon as antagonists. See? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, truth truly is the new hate speech. Truth has become the new hate speech, and it has been like this for a long, long time. Yeah. And the reality of the matter is, this is a time of universal deceit. It is. Because since this is a time of universal deceit, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is, to tell the truth is a revolutionary act. It's truth. It's truth. And the reality of the matter is simply this. Y'all have heard me say it once. I'll say it again. Because the reality of the matter is this. I don't mind being redundant. I don't mind being redundant when I say this. At this hour, at this moment, at this hour, right? Every son and daughter of the Most High is showing us who's who and who's not. He's showing us who's who and who's not. And that's the truth. Now, as the Most High continues to show us who's who and who's not, the real question resides, are you going to continue to ignore the warnings, or are you going to start taking heed? And see, this is not a matter of me hating homosexuals and lesbians. I don't. What I hate is them trying to dictate to us how we should think and feel and believe. I'm not going to go with it. A man and a woman, of people, persons and people, they are going to do what they want to do. I get it. People are going to be people. People are going to be who they going to be. I understand that. But don't dictate to me how I should believe and what I should believe and how I should think and act and feel. How are you going to get me to accept you as you want to be when you couldn't even accept yourself as how you were born? How? Let me read some of your observations right quick. Miss Marla says, so true. Yeah, she continues. It's an individual thing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. People are going to be people. Just don't force feed that nonsense towards me. Don't dictate to me. Don't do that. You gonna live your life however you going to do. Fine, that's you. You do you. But don't force me to believe what you believe. See? Let's see. Sister Yeshe says, quiet as it is kept, homosexuality is running rampant over there in Israel. Homosexuality is running rampant not only in Israel, but it's running rampant all over the world. And I'll say this too. Whatever is happening in the United States, I guarantee you it's happening overseas too. It is. Whatever is happening in the United States is happening overseas, is happening abroad. Homosexuality is running rampant all over the place. Brother Barron says they weren't listening to the preacher as a child. So I know they were only going to church as an adult to find another man. Like women go to the club to find sugar daddies. Oh Lord. Hey, you said it, I didn't, but I was thinking it. I ain't gonna lie. You said it, I didn't, but I doggone sure was thinking it. And see, you know, to make it so worse, to make this whole situation so bad, to make it so horrific, I'm gonna say this, and we getting ready to wrap it up. The biggest supporters of all of this perversion on a large scale, and I'm seeing this and I'm hearing this firsthand, are melanated women. These are the same toxic melanated women now that's always crying about looking for a good man, can't find a good man, but yet you supporting homosexuality. You accepting science being destroyed and science being obliterated. Please explain to me, how in the world does that happen? How does that work? On the Instagram side, you got about 2.5 minutes remaining before you guys time out. And if I don't wrap it up on your end, I'm going to bring y'all back. But we are getting ready to wrap it up because there's a few more things that I would like to say before we wrap it up. I'm going to say this. The reality is this. The very same ones that's always crying and kvetching about not being able to find a good man are the same ones that's supporting this perversion. I tell you, people just aren't wrapped too tight these days. And it shows. Because the thinking process of people, listen, it lets me know and it lets others and it let other people know also. The reality is that there's a lot of genetic defects on two legs. And I hate to be so crass when I say this. I hate to be so pompous and I hate to be so insulting when I say it, but when you think about how people think and act, people really are the byproducts of inbreeding, incest. And it shows. Ms. Marla says, well, we all know the political party is working on depopulating, so they don't mind this uneducating, ignorant concept of being gay, transgender, confused people. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. I'm going to bring you guys back on the Instagram side because I really want to wrap it up and I want you to hear my final observations. So when you all time out, give me a few minutes. I'm going to bring y'all back on in. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in a moment. Now, I'm trying to see here. Okay, here we go. Finally. let's see, because I'm on a platform where I can't see everybody who's hitting these reactions. Brother James, peace and blessings be upon you, man. Thank you for joining us. I do appreciate it, man. Peace and blessings be upon you. All right. This is what we're getting ready to do. This is what I'm getting ready to do. Do you all want to voice your opinion? If y'all want to talk, if y'all want to chop it up, let's go ahead and set up the phone line so I could hear your thoughts and I can hear your opinions as well. I'm setting up on Instagram over here, so give me a minute. See? So y'all want to call in? Huh? If y'all want to call in, I will put in the number in the comment thread. You know. So, but this, you know, it's. I think it's been another good podcast. I'm just, and if you think about it, why do you think I named this the Hour of Shenanigans? Because it's ludicrous. Listen, y'all, who in their right mind would actually want to go up against the Most High, right? And then you're gonna go up against nature. Who in their right mind want to do that? Who in their right mind wants to go up against the Most High and nature? The nonsense of it all. I'm about to bring Instagram back on, y'all. All right, on the Instagram side, welcome back to the Hour of Shenanigans podcast. I'm your man, Joseph X, and we are discussing the Michelle Obama interview and the growing popular alternative lifestyle of the transgendered community and the effects of what continues to happen and what continues to ensue. Oh, we got us a caller. We got us a caller. Let's see. Oh, doggone, I missed him. Doggone it. My apologies to you, caller. Come on and call back. I missed your call, but I do apologize for that. All right, we're good on Instagram. And that was a phone call, area code 708. So area code 708, call back. I do apologize for missing your phone call. I love to hear from you. And let me digress and say this. Like the video, share the video, tag your family and your friends, and donate, please, ma'am, please, sir, to the cause. My Cash App ID is $hidden one truth. Once again, that's $hidden one truth. I do apologize for missing your phone call. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can bring them on. If I can. Let me see if I can bring them on. Bring it back on. Okay. J. Cole, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining the Hour of Shenanigans podcast, man. I do appreciate it. We're not going to be on for very much longer. Man, I missed that phone call, man. I'm going to try and bring them back on too. I'm going to see if I can bring them back on. Once again, area code 708. I do apologize for missing your phone call. And for those that wants to call the hotline, you have the number. There it is. There's the number on the screen. And if by chance the hotline is not working, feel free to use my messenger. But the number to call in for the hotline is 929-274-4763 is the number to call in. Please reserve your observations 5 to 7 minutes, please, ma'am, and please, sir, and donate to the cause. My Cash App is $Hidden One Truth. So you can call me either by the hotline or you can use my messenger. And these passages of scripture by Brother James Smith, he says, Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, the 26th through the 28th verse, Ephesians chapter 5, verses 22 through 32, Matthew chapter 7, verse 6, Isaiah 3:16, 16 through 26, Proverbs 2, I think Proverbs chapter 2, chapter 5, chapter 21, verses 19-21, all comes to mind. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. So let's see. J. Cole says, what's happening? Listen, man, I was just discussing with the peeps, with the brothers and the sisters, this interview with Michelle Obama when she conducted it with Dwayne Wade's transgendered son. Because the truth is, he is not a little girl. He's a boy. He's an innocent boy who is underage. And you have a lot of idiots that has been supporting. And this is abuse. This is child abuse, as Sister Ishay just said. It's child abuse. That's what the hell it is. And this is truly the hour of shenanigans, because it's absolutely ludicrous for anybody to go ahead and support this kind of lifestyle, especially if that child, once again, he's a child. He's innocent. He's only 13 years old. And they're pushing this agenda. Let's see. Brother James, as a matter of fact, man, I read some of that passage of scripture early on. I didn't read, I didn't start at the 18th verse. I started maybe like the 24th or 5th or somewhere, but I did read the book of Romans. Spot on. You know what, bro? You're absolutely right. J. Cole says that little boy is probably getting turned out through his pookie already. Look at how he crosses his legs and doing sexy poses on Instagram. I don't need to. I don't need to at all. Unfortunately, I can only imagine that kind of horrific lifestyle that's going on and has been going on for a very, very long time. Man, I hate that I missed that phone call, that area code 708, man. I really hate that I missed it. I really do. Listen, we're getting ready to wrap things up, y'all. We're getting ready now to wrap things up. But I want to say this. Y'all forgive me, man. My Wi-Fi is acting the fool. I do apologize. I do apologize. Let's see. His daddy is teaching it. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. Oh, man. I am so sorry I missed your phone call. Ms. Marla says, I was calling to talk about sex education and the effects on the body and physiology. Wow. I really hate the fact that I missed your phone call. If you can, please call back. Please call back. I would love to hear from you. We would all love to hear from you. I do apologize. I'm trying to get some other things worked on. This doggone Wi-Fi. And normally I had this, I had the sound on. Sister Lori, thanks for the reaction. I do appreciate it. Peace and blessings be upon you. Who else has just joined us? Dang. All right. But I'm going to leave the phone line open for a few more moments before we do get off the air. This has been another great podcast. The dialogue has been great as always. I do appreciate your followership and your support. But let me say this in conclusion, and I'm going to leave the phone line open just in case you want to call back. Let me say this. I will say once again, I do not hate anyone. And when I said that I despise people early on, I apologize for saying that I despise people. What I despise is their actions. I despise their behavior. I despise their thinking. That is what I despise. I do not despise the person. I despise their stupidity. I despise their behavior. I also despise being dictated to. See? And this is the situation that we have that is at hand. When you have people who are dictating to other people as to how they should think, how they should act, and how they should behave. That is not, I repeat, that is not going to end well. And you have also heard me say before that you no longer have leaders. Actually, now that I think about it, you never had leaders. You've always had dictators. But what's happening now is all of us are starting to wake up and realize the reality of this calamity, of all of us being lied to and lied on, having to deal with people that are so truculent and dictatorial and supercilious. See, that's what I oppose. That is what I hate. That is what I despise. Dictatorship. Whatever happened to individuality? Whatever happened to a man being a man, a woman being a woman, black being black, white being white, pink being pink, brown being brown, red being red? Everything was straightforward. What happened? What happened? What happened? I really want to know what happened. And Sister Marla hit the nail on the head earlier. It's all about depopulating us. Sister Ishay also said earlier, it is about destroying the natural man and the natural woman. And I will also say what I said earlier. I will echo my sentiments early on. I said, when you have a country that was evil from its inception, what do you expect? What do you expect to happen? What do you expect is going to happen? And listen, why do you also think I addressed my brothers and sisters a couple of Sundays ago about the Messiah complex? Because listen, I admire you. I respect you who are podcasters and my fellow podcast colleagues and those who are who speaks the truth. But you're going to wind up killing yourself because you still have the Messiah complex. You got to let that go. You have to let it go. Here we go. We got us a caller. We got us a caller. Hold on here. Hold on. We got us a caller. Doggone it. Man, they messing with my Wi-Fi, man. They messing with my Wi-Fi. Now these fools won't even let me have you know what? Man, they doing this deliberately, yo. They doing this deliberately. They doing this. Listen, from now on, until I get things straightened out, this is what I'm going to do. If y'all want to call in, call on my messenger. Call on my messenger until I can get some things figured out. Call on my messenger. Call on my messenger. Because this nonsense here, man, they doing this deliberately. They doing this deliberately. Let's see. I apologize for this, man. But they're interfering with my Wi-Fi. That's the reason why. Let's see. Let me read some of your observations, and we're getting ready to wrap this up. Let me read this right quick. J. Cole says Dwayne Wade wanted to stay relevant in the industry, so he passed his son around Hollywood and the producers. I wouldn't put it past the bastard. And see, any parent that would do that to their child, that would do that to their son or their daughter, they are not deserving of being a parent. That is sick, that is twisted, that is wicked, that is sinister. And I'm putting that mildly. Real spill. Brother Barron says, I would love to hear her say that also. Yeah. Brother James said, yes, man, we would definitely listen to what you have to say. Yeah. And I was trying to bring her, but they, my Wi-Fi wouldn't let me. This child institution is in the same category as child molestation, child rape, and incest. Exactly. J. Cole says the educational system's goal is to turn out the children, get the young boys fruity, and get the girls masculine. Why do you think you have masculine girls and feminine boys fighting on world star hip hop? That's not normal. Exactly. Let's see. Who else? Ms. Marla says the devil is the overseer of their lives. Well said. Brother James says corrupt soul ties. Yeah. Let's see. J. Cole says, it's funny how small your podcast is, yet Facebook does everything possible to disrupt your podcast because you tell the truth. Exactly. On the Instagram side, what's going on? I believe that's my homeboy. That's Brother Sanders. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining the podcast. You're right. You're absolutely right. Smaller says, the Most High said that there would be confusion in these last days. And guess what? They are here. They are here, and they are here to stay. I'm going to say this, and we're going to wrap it up, y'all. The reality of the matter is simply this. The battle lines are being drawn, and they continue to be drawn. Y'all have heard me say it once, and I will say it again. This is the era of separation. It is. This is the era. This is truly the era of separation. The Most High is separating the wheat from the tares, the sheeps from the goats. The battle line is being drawn. It's going to continue to be drawn in all truth and in all sincerity. It is. And like J. Cole said, I got a small podcast. He said, let me put the observation back up here. J. Cole said it brilliantly. He said, it's funny how small your podcast is. Yet Facebook does everything possible to disrupt your podcast because you tell the truth. Listen, man. That's what's been going on. They don't want anybody telling the truth. The truth is the new hate speech. Truth is the new hate speech. Has been for a long time, and it's only going to get worse. Okay? So, since my homegirl Nadia was mad at me for not quoting my concluding passages of scripture, this one is for you. If you want this madness to stop, this is what you got to do. 2 Chronicles, the 7th chapter and the 14th verse. I hope you listening, because Sister Nadia, this is for you. 2 Chronicles 7 and 14. Listen good. If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves, I will hear from heaven and I will heal their land. Isaiah chapter 45 and the 22nd verse. Look unto me, saith the Most High, and be ye saved. When it comes down to the knowledge of self, it is said in the book of Psalms, Psalms 82 and the 6th verse, ye are gods. Ye are children of the Most High God. And in Psalms 139 and the 14th verse, and he says of himself, does the psalmist, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And finally, to practice eugenics in the Bible, I believe it's 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Come ye out from amongst them and be ye separate. Come ye out from among them and be ye separate. All right. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the solutions to all of these dangerous times and problems that confronts all of us as men and women. The battle lines have been drawn and they continue to be drawn. The Most High continues to show us who's who and who's not. He continues to do that. All right. Now, take it or let it alone. It is up to you. Appreciate the compliment. Appreciate the compliment, Brother Barron and Sister Nadia. Thank you very, very, very much. And as I conclude, I want to apologize to Sister to Marla and Brother J. Cole, because those were the two that tried to call in. And I apologize for missing your call. My Wi-Fi is screwed up for some reason. But one of these days, I'm going to have something fixed where you can call in without any problems or any hesitation. All right. I'm going to get that straight very, very soon. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. That'll do it. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for listening and your participation. Thank you for your viewership and your support. I'm your man, Joseph X. This concludes our Hour of Shenanigans podcast. Until next time, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Have a good one. Peace. I'm out.